Hi, I'm Latoya Roberts, the exam prep coach. Today, I'm here with Dr. Gregory Lof and Dr. Alex Johnson, the authors of the National Speech Language Pathology Exam Review and Study Guide, the number one choice for Praxis SLP preparation. Dr. Lof, thank you for joining me today.
Well, thank you for having me.
So the big question is, why did you choose to add a second edition of this book?
Well, our first edition really turned out to be very successful and well received. And it was time to have some updates because now the new test has come out. We wanted to make sure that the content was current and that the questions were also very similar to the questions that will be asked on the national exam. Our first edition was successful because of its format in an outline format. And so what we decided to do in the second edition was to continue on with the outline format, but have many more graphics, much more colorful appearance, and made it so it was really easy to do skim reading and highlighting instead of reading text. It was very successful in our first edition, so we kind of expanded on that for the second edition.
I think that's great. As a past student and a future instructor, I really appreciate the visuals. I think students gained a lot of information from the graphics, being able to visualize those structures. Dr. Johnson, how are you today?
Hi, Latoya. Good to be here. Thank you.
I've never seen such a well-organized, comprehensive book until I located this preparation tool that you developed. How does this book assist professors in the field of speech language pathology as a lifelong tool or resource?
Well, Latoya, all the professors in our field want to do everything they can to help students prepare for the exam. So that really was the original intent of the book. But the feedback that we've had from others is that it is a very good comprehensive review guide, or for the person who maybe is moving from one clinical setting to another. It's very useful as a preparation tool. We designed the book so it was challenging beyond the introductory level. So it does present in a very comprehensive way the material for all of the areas that are covered in the typical master's speech pathology program. But really, there is a lot of added information in each chapter that would be useful to clinicians or to, as you mentioned, faculty who are teaching a course for the first time, want to make sure that it's comprehensive in its preparation. So we're finding all of these other uses for the book, which makes us, of course, very happy to see people using it that way.
And we were so fortunate, weren't we, Alex, how we got to get some of the best brains in the country writing in their topic area.
Absolutely. That none of us would presume to be able to put together a whole book as comprehensive as this. And as Greg points out, we were able to really tap into colleagues who are actually teaching this material or in their own courses. So they know the information that students need to learn, but they also know how students learn, which gets to the organization of the chapters. And we really did listen to what students want, which was not a lot of narrative, summative guides to take them through all of the topics without a lot of unnecessary reading, and then a lot of, as you and Greg pointed out, graphics, tables, etc., which seem to be really ways that help students learn information, especially things they need to memorize.
I think that is amazing. I love the way you said we listen to the students, and I think that stands out so much. For me, students have really spoken about the feedback, the rationale, the test taking tips, all of that information that consistently just stands out to students. And of course, you mentioned the 26 chapter authors who are all experts in their content areas. And I think that's great. I know that I'm not an expert in each area, and I just thought that was amazing to bring all of these experts and these minds together and say, let's make a book where we can bring comprehensive content together, where we can develop practice questions, where we can have these rigorous style questions with detailed rationales. So I think that's amazing. Thank you.
Good. And I think one of the nice things is something that you probably would like to talk about is how these authors, and many of these authors, will be joining you for office hours.
Yes, so speaking of these authors and SLP preparation, coming January 2022, as an effort to help every student succeed on the praxis exam, Therapy Ed will be hosting free online office hours beginning Wednesday, January the 5th. These sessions are designed to help students like you, including those in the fieldwork and exam plan where they were impacted by COVID-19 to effectively prepare for fieldwork and, of course, certification exam. All online office hours will be conducted by a content expert in the field of speech language pathology. So we're excited. And did I mention free? That's the best thing ever. So I want to thank you, Dr. Lof and Dr. Johnson, for meeting with me today. It was such a pleasure to learn about the second edition of the National Speech Language Pathology Review and Study Guide. And thank you, the viewers, for joining us today. And we look forward to meeting you virtually. Have a good day.